Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
Calling St. John's unique is like calling a humpback a goldfish. It's wildly different here.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh,
Hey.
the diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you the subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
Well, Luke, it's going to be interesting. Going to keep a real close eye on all this because I have to admit it is a learning curve here. I appreciate so much the prep that you have created here for this matchup here to get us rolling and off to a good start. And I wish you the best of luck with your call. I'm going to be right here listening and learning to young Luke Much. Deliver volleyball into your homes, whether it's on CBC Gem or NTV Plus.
Thank you, Brian. We'll do it together here. Trying something new, indoor volleyball. I'm excited. The fans are excited here as well. Great fan base for the opening game of this one. Not everybody loves the 9 a.m. starts. I know that the athletes don't, but they're getting ready to go now. An early morning for them. Think about the preparation beforehand, the meals, and then the wake up, the walk, or the drive over here, depending where they're staying at. So it's all about getting into the right mindset, getting ready to attack this game. This is going to be a big game for the seeding, of course. Before we get into our qualification matches, these two teams are looking to make a statement here. So we'll see what happens as Alberta huddled up, and it looks like they are ready to go. Manitoba awaiting them. Bound to be a great game for sure.
Well, it's definitely a fast-paced game. You see a lot of diving and dipping and slamming, and there's the ace and the attack and the bump and the cover, the cut, the dig, and the roll shot. Thank you so much for breaking that down. Easier said than done right now, but just observing and watching these young men go toe-to-toe here should be a whole lot of fun.
It certainly should. So we're just a few moments away from getting set for our first set of this one. Of course, as we mentioned, best 3 of 5, unlike beach volleyball, which is a best 2 of 3. So we have the ball in hands. Alberta will kick things off on the serve. It's going to be Kai Miles, the Edmonton native, 16-year-old, and a Canada Cup gold medal in 2024 for him. Now looking for a Canada Games gold medal here in this one. As we get set, watch for the big run up here on the serve. That one just hitting the net. So an early start here for Manitoba. They will take a 1-0 lead on the miscue by Miles.
I guess if you were going to make a comparison to what volleyball might be equivalent to, maybe tennis, would that be a safe assumption, I wonder? Or because you got to serve and you get it across the net?
Certainly so in that aspect of the game, as Manitoba now up 2-0 over Team Alberta, after that one not being able to be gathered carefully, as now Kai Tony for Team Manitoba on the serve. We'll start things up from the white and yellow end. He hits one in, but just not able to get that one in time. It was Brandsma, and an early lead here for Team Manitoba. Looks like they came out on the right foot here, Brian.
Yeah, up 3-0 already.
Very strong start for them, and Tony has been doing a great job on the serves, and he's got another one here. A strong serve. That one's going to be returned, propped up. Here's the spike in. That one is going to be returned again, and back for Team Manitoba on a strong rally. But it once again will be Team Toba collecting the point, up 4-0 here early on.
And you got to win by 2, correct?
That is correct. Win by 2. And we've seen it in beach volleyball, but so many times these teams can get off on the right foot, and then all of a sudden you get a point like that for Alberta on the missed serve, and then they can really take charge here. So we'll watch and see how this matchup sways back and forth, set to set here. As for the serve will be Grayson McDonald. This one up. Strong return here from Manitoba. Alberta on the return as well, out of bounds. Nice hustle there to grab that one. Again, Manitoba on the return. Oh, we'll see. Looks like a violation there by Team Manitoba. And it will be an Alberta point to cut the lead to half. 4-2 now the score. And a nice couple points there for Alberta.
Yeah, good game already here. 4-2, so back and forth they go.
Again, McDonald on the serve. An Edmonton, Alberta native. Diving effort to keep that one up, and a nice regroup from Team Manitoba. Hitting it too long on that one will be Baranuk, and it will be another Alberta point. So we talk about the swinging between these two teams right now. Alberta putting in a good effort to get back into this one. As McDonald once more on the serve. He's been strong in this category already here today. Let's see if he can keep it up. delivers. This one spiked down. Not able to hold it in was McDonald. There's a great spike there from Team Toba. Quickly back up in this one is Manitoba. 5-3 the score here early on in our first set. As Akose on the serve will hit the net, and Alberta gets the ball back just like that. As Akose on the miscue. Now stepping up for Team Berta is Ben Weiss. And he's had a very impressive roster here of accolades. 2024 Canada Cup champion and a 2025 Provincial All-Star, among others. So he's a player to look out for sure on Team Alberta, but a big spike there by Baranuck, and Manitoba will continue to grow their lead 6-4 here in our first set.
Ethan Baranuck out of Brandon, an 18-year-old. Nice work.
Yeah, look at that action right there. Great jump up, times it perfectly, and able to smash that one down. Nice serve there. Trying to regroup is Alberta, but a miscue on the spike, and that one will settle down inside of Alberta territory. So Manitoba keeping control here. Off to a strong start. Strong serve there, not able to control it was Alberta. Matthew Brown able to fire that one in, and he'll get another opportunity to do so here on this serve.
Great effort, though, by Grayson McDonald, the 18-year-old from Edmonton, number 15. That thing was coming with some torque on it, and he was overwhelmed there a little bit by it.
Certainly was. That one had so much power, so hard to control. That one just long, and Alberta will come back the other way, down by 3, excuse me.
And Luke, the beauty, I guess, of this game, too, there's no time constraint. You're not worrying about time in, time out, watching the clock or anything. You're going for 25 points. First one will take the first set.
Definitely so. It's a big block there by Team Alberta, but so nice to be able just to worry about keeping the ball up in the air and not the clock. As let's take another look at that big block.
Oh, wow.
Building a wall there was Team Alberta. 3 of them up there and able to get the point back. But it looks like they hit the net, so Manitoba will keep the serve. Nice fake there. Good set, though. Spike coming in. That's going to be a Team Manitoba point again, as the block by Team Alberta didn't work out, and it ricochets out of bounds. So a big point there again for Team Manitoba. 10-5 our score. Look at that block there, just rolling off the right forearm, and couldn't get back over the net. Good effort to keep that one alive. Good keep in again as Manitoba looking to find their way back. There's a spike. Keeping it up again. It's Team Alberta. Brandsma with the set. Nice return by Alberta. Manitoba trying to do the same. They do. And upset with himself there was Weiss, but couldn't do much with that one, Brian. That one was moving.
Was it ever? Number 2, Ben Weiss, the 18-year-old from Sherwood Park on the outskirts of Edmonton. Wow. This is cool. I got to be honest with you. This is all new, but it's pretty cool to start.
Definitely so. So Alberta will call their first timeout of the set, down by a score of 11-5. They had a good rush, but ever since then, it has been all Manitoba who's been off to a really strong start. And for me, it's the spikes, Brian. They're getting so much power behind every shot that goes over the net.
Yeah, that's a good call, Luke, for sure. And you're sounding great there, bud. Picking right up and diving right into it. So the first of 2 30-second timeouts per set will be taken here.
Yeah, right now, Alberta just trying to stay composed right now. We see a look at Manitoba. They're feeling pretty good right now. As you can see, Liam Manser with a little bit of a dance early on in the day. But Alberta, for them, down by 6 right now. You don't want to lose that first set, because then it feels like your back is up against the wall. So important to get the first set win, and that's what Team Alberta will try to rally back and do here. Try to get that lead back once again that they only held for 1 point here so far in our opening set of this one.
So I guess the not I don't want to say the speed of the game, but the timing of the game and the end result is how I guess back and forth they're going. I mean, if it's hotly contested, the game's going to move along quickly. I don't think you see too many routes in volleyball.
No.
I'm asking questions. I know you probably asked the same of me, and I'm saying I need to find out about that. But we'll learn as we go along here. But we'll pick it up along the way.
Yep, for sure. So Manitoba misses on that serve. Alberta will recollect the ball as it's going to be Liam Ulrich on the serve, playing in Queen's University and now here with Team Alberta at the Canada Summer Games. Nice serve by him. Manitoba able to keep it up, and a good return there. Alberta now gets it over in 2. Back it comes as they set up. Nice spike there, and deflects off the block again as Ulrich diving for it. Couldn't get a hand to it, and another point for Team Manitoba.
Luke, you and I, as the outset here before we went to here, were wondering if Eli and Gavin Ulrich are twins. Well, they're both 18 years old, so you kind of gotta believe in your heart that they're probably twins.
Certainly so, and then Liam Ulrich on Team Alberta
from
as
Edmonton.
well. So we have 3 Ulriches here.
Yeah.
As the name getting some good recognition here in
No doubt.
this matchup of indoor volleyball. As let's take another look at that last rally. Pop up, and a block gets deflected off and will settle down. So Alberta trying to make that push back down by 5 right now. As that one will hit the net, and Manitoba will take over from there with a score of 13-7. We're just under the halfway point here in our first set. Manitoba off to a strong start, looking to build on that will be Jackson Vandersteen. Played at the Volleyball Canada Youth Nationals. Now here at the Canada Games.
West St. Paul.
Nice hit there. Manitoba trying to return. Alberta jumping up and over the net. A great heads-up play there by Kai Miles. Able to poke that one over, settle down nicely, and Alberta will take over from here. A great effort by Miles, and look at that shot from our Universum media crew. And Manitoba just couldn't handle it. Back on the serve again, it's Miles. Able to get that one over, and a great serve by Miles. He finds the open space in the court. He'll take advantage of that one.
Well, that was pretty cagey, to say the least. You're waiting for the big spike and serve, and then he finds a nice opening there and a point well done.
So great effort there from Miles. As Alberta 4 points down. This one's going to be hit up, and trying to control now is Manitoba. Good spike in, and it will just stay in bounds. Manitoba will look to control again. That was a great shot there, perfectly placed. Let's take another look at this one as the spike comes in, just falling before that back line.
Nice try by Kai Miles, out of Edmonton.
Now back the other way. It's going to be the other Kai Tony for Manitoba, and he gets one to drop in. As diving for that one was Brandsma, but he couldn't keep it up, and Tony with a strong serve. He's been really strong on the serve so far today for Team Manitoba. Going to get another opportunity to continue that. Nice keep up on the bump. It will just knock that one over as Alberta. Here comes the spike. A nice block there by Berta on the way back. Poking it over and not able to keep it up was DeZutter. And Team Manitoba continuing, trying to pull away here. 16-9 the score.
Ethan Baronic out of Brandon. Mentioned his name already, and he's right there at the net. Posted another point for Manitoba, up 16-9.
Now here's Alberta with it, trying to get one up and over the net. Manitoba on the way back, but I believe it will be a carry violation. And that will mean that Alberta takes control over once again. As Grayson McDonald on the serve. We've mentioned his name before as well. He's had a strong start to this game. Nice spike there, trickles through the block of Ulrich. And Team Manitoba getting another point on the board. As we'll have a few substitutions coming in and out for these two squads. As now Manitoba closing in, only 8 points away from winning this first set. On the serve, Liam Noonan. One spike down with force. Back for Alberta, trying to find the gap. Couldn't do so. It's going to be thrown back good. Keep up there by Team Alberta. Able to knock that one through. And a great effort there, Alberta.
Tyson DeSetter, 17 years of age from Red Deer, Alberta.
A really strong effort. Look at this replay here. Great keep up by Brandsma. And then look at the poke shot up and over. Very strong stuff there.
Within 6.
An opportunity to make it within 5. Off the serve. High set ball. Big spike in. That one came down with some force, Brian.
Whoa, my. Wow, these young men are putting on a show here this morning. Wow.
Really leaning into that one was Baranuck. And nothing that Brandsma could do on Alberta. Now back again. Long serve in, that one out of bounds.
Well, that was just out of bounds too, Luke. That was a tremendous, tremendous serve there. And just out of bounds.
Now Alberta still down by 6. Set one up, there's a spike and a nice block there. Getting a piece of that was Liam Ulrich for Team Alberta, getting them back within 5.
Starting to gather a little momentum here. Just trailing 18-13.
Certainly so. What a block there by Ulrich. Good hustle by Manitoba to get that one back over, as that confused Ulrich on the way back and snuck just by him. So Manitoba again now, only within 6 of winning our first set here in this one. Been a strong start for them, and they'll look to continue that as now Eli Ulrich for Team Toba. Good serve over, makes it difficult for Alberta to handle. They can get it back over in time. Gavin Ulrich sets one up, spiking it down. Good keep up by Alberta, able to quickly transfer that one up and over the net. A great cut there, and able to get it to fall was Team AB.
Well, Luke, you described it right from the outset here, the ebb and flow of volleyball. Back and forth they go. Showing off their skill sets here. 19-14.
One thing I've learned is it's never over until it's over. Compete has been very much effective for these volleyball players. There's a big spike there by Team Toba. Gets them to 20.
5 away from winning the opening set in a best 3 of 5. First 4 sets up to 25, and then a last set if needed, just 15 points.
So now, Manitoba again. Banser. Nice return from Alberta. Manitoba looking to get something set. The spike in is going to be long. Alberta again will not go away. They are down by 5, and they have the ball for the serve. As it looks like a few substitutions perhaps, and we'll get a new server out there for Team AB as Baradacco will step out, grab that ball, and get ready to go.
The ball is cool too. When it was spinning on the floor like that, it reminds me of the new age golf balls that you see a lot of these days. A lot of people with various colors and that.
Yep, the tailor-made tour response.
Well, there you go, you know.
As now Baradacco will get set from St. Albert, Alberta, 17 years old on the serve here. Looking to pull this one back in Team Alberta's favor. Nice return on the spike, gets it to drop. McDonald, great effort there. Will beat out the Manitoba defender to get them within 4. Great effort there. Look at McDonald rise up and then the quick spike down. Nothing that Manitoba could do there. Here's the serve. Nice return. Hit alive, but not able to. Diving at the last second there was DeZutter. Couldn't keep it in.
Yeah. Boy, that's a tough one right there. Great defensive effort, but just so much torque on that ball. And it is a hummer and a couple deflections, as you see on the replay.
So now Manitoba within 4. Trying to stop this Alberta comeback, and a nice serve. Will he be able to? Kept up and alive by Alberta. McDonald gets it over. Manitoba on the return. And that one will go out of bounds, so Alberta's ball is just hit a little bit too high there by Tony. And Alberta now back within 4. Not going away here for sure in this first set. Powerful serve in. Alberta on the return, gets it to go.
Now
Great
that's
effort.
volleyball right there at the net. Wow, some powerful stuff there, and just the sounds. There you go. Absolutely, emotions running high, and why not? You're at the Canada Summer Games men's preliminary volleyball action as we get a second 30-second timeout per set allowed. Great action, Luke, and doing awesome, my man. 21-18 back and forth. Alberta and Manitoba trying to take charge here in that first set.
Alberta once down by 7, now only down by 3. So a great job by them trying to keep this one close. We talked about how important the first set was, and these players are definitely giving it their all here. 9:30 local time in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. And a great way to kick off our day. It's been a great matchup so far.
Has it ever.
So these teams orchestrating a game plan here. Alberta 4 points away from winning it. Manitoba 3 points away from tying it at 21 each. As both of these teams looking to get the win in our first set, but only one will prevail in our best 3 of 5 sets matchup here at the 2025 Canada Summer Games. Alberta on the serve. Kai Miles will take it. Here is Miles, 16-year-old, the outside hitter for Team Alberta. Good serve over on the return. Manitoba gets it to just hit the line. Alberta arguing for a second there, but looks like they won't challenge, and we will keep going. So Manitoba on the serve as we have a few substitutions here for Team Toba. Looking to rally back again on the serve. It's going to be Tony. That one long. Alberta getting another point back, staying within 3. They'll get an opportunity to serve. As McDonald will grab the ball. Important serve here early on in this one. Nice return. Big spike in. Great effort to keep it up. Spike coming in, and it will fall. Tyson DeZutter really powers that one home.
17-year-old from Red Deer got all of that. And all of a sudden, don't look now, but Alberta's only down 2 and continuing to serve.
A great late surge here from Team Alberta. McDonald again on it. This one up and over. Here's Manitoba on the spike in. Not able to keep it under control was McDonald on a great try there on the dig, but just couldn't get it to work.
Wow,
that one had some power behind
the
it.
power behind it. Yes, indeed.
It was a big wind-up for that one.
Wow.
So Manitoba within 2 of clinching this first set. That one's going to hit the net from Akose and go back in favor of Team AB, as they have 2 substitutions to roll in here. Alberta down by 2. This one coming right down to the
Yeah,
wire.
it sure is, Luke.
So on the serve, Ben Weiss. Long bomb in. Alberta on the answer back. Gets it to fall. Set point here for Team Manitoba as they look to clinch that 25th point. That will get them this first set win. Take a look back at that.
Tyson Sutter at the Red Deer doing everything in his power to try to keep that alive for Alberta, but to no avail, and Manitoba on the verge, taking the first set.
That one into the net. We are not over yet. Still staying within two is Team Alberta, as Manitoba struggling with the serves here as of late. See if Alberta can take advantage of that. Here's to Zutter. That one hits the tape and will get over. Big spike in, but what a block there. Once again, Liam Ulrich jumping up, putting a stop to that one.
And as close as we have been since this match got underway, Luke, 1 point separating these two teams, and Alberta feeling great about where they're at right here.
Here's Manitoba trying to win it. Can they? The poke over. And an infraction on Manitoba. We are all tied, so it will be the first to 26. What an effort here from Alberta to get this one back and tied.
I'll say that is absolutely terrific.
Here's Alberta. That one doesn't work out. Now 1 more point for Manitoba is all they need on the serve. It's going to be Ethan Baranuk. He's had a strong start to this one.
Last 2 opportunities here failed. Can he do it here?
Nice serve. Alberta able to return it. The spike in is gonna drop. We'll go to 27. What a first set here. These two teams, a seesaw battle back and forth.
Loving it.
Great effort by Alberta to return that one, and then the block not working out. We're all tied at 25. Ulrich on the serve. Manitoba returning the set, the spike. That is textbook volleyball from Team Manitoba.
Yeah, much needed point, and now with the lead, an opportunity to win it at 27.
So you said it, Manitoba set point for them.
Chris Redmond, the 18-year-old from Winnipeg, can he deliver?
Nice serve, they'll have to, and that will do it.
Will.
Very strong stuff there. Team Manitoba able to win the first set in this one, 27-25. It came down to the wire, but a fantastic job. We'll take a break. When we come back, second set action from the Canada Summer Games.
The United Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners Local 579 is proud to welcome the Canada Games to our home this summer. UBC Local 579, building great things in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Welcome back to the field house at Memorial University for men's preliminary Pool B volleyball action. Alongside Luke Much, I'm Brian Rogers. Hope you're enjoying the action here early this morning. What a game. What a first set between Manitoba and Alberta. Alberta finding themselves down by as many as 7 at one point. Luke rallied to get to within 1 and then finally succumbed 27-25 in that first set. So Manitoba gets the upper edge and maybe some early momentum, but if it's any indication of what we saw, these two teams just going back and forth with some great action. We're in for a long match here, 3 of 5. We may go right to the limit here. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot to separate between these two teams.
No, certainly not. That was a back and forth battle for sure. We needed extra points in our first set. Manitoba came off to a really strong start, but Alberta definitely rallied back towards the end, 27-25, as you mentioned. That was fantastic, and hopefully these next maybe 4 sets will be the same, as Manitoba with an early lead and Alberta trying to answer back here. But Alberta really coming out firing there towards the end and able to get that one close, but Manitoba able to hold on. Great start here to our day for sure.
No doubt about it. And I can see, too, not being a guy who knows much about it, but I can see why this is such a heavily participated sport. There is so much action, especially if you've got some height. I know basketball is suited for, but we saw so much outstanding action here last week in basketball with some of the smaller players and such. And I don't think you'll see as much of it in volleyball as you might on the hoops court, but varying sizes and so on. But when they can get up over that net and bring that down there, I guess that is an added touch, pardon that pun. But just learning it, but it's so exciting. And the speed of that ball, that small ball like that, I mean, just to hear the sounds and the pounding and then the contact that it makes, I'm sure it will leave a welt, although it's not the biggest ball in the world. But that thing coming out like the speed that it is, that can't feel good.
No, the wind-up as well that some of these players take to get every ounce of power behind it that they can. It can come at you fast. So now we'll swap sides on the court. Manitoba will be on your left, Alberta on your right for our second set. Reminder, best 3 of 5 here as we look to get all ready to go for this one. Manitoba huddling up before we get underway, going over what their game plan will be here. Alberta will join them in that as we look to break that up and get ready for the second set action. Manitoba trying to go up at a commanding 2-0, and Alberta trying to keep this one square at 1. We will see what happens. Manitoba will lead us off on the serves. As for them, it will be Ethan Baranuk. What a strong first set, and he'll look to continue that here on the opening serve of this one.
So Pool B preliminary action. A little later on, it'll be New Brunswick and Ontario. We'll have the call.
Nice serve there. Here comes the touch up, and a great soft touch by Alberta, able to get the opening point in this set. Look at that. The big jump up, faking the spike. That was a nice fake out. Now back the other way. It's going to be Liam Ulrich, up 1-0. See if Alberta can grow this lead. Manitoba on the way back. Miscue on the set, and Alberta will get a redo here. Quickly up and over, nice block, but a good keep up. Another nice block. A third block by Manitoba. Great defense from them. On the way back, diving effort, keeping it up. On the way back again. That was the 5th block of that one rally for Team Manitoba. Something had to give. Finally, they're able to knock that one down.
Well, that was so well done on both sides of the net. Wow.
The blocks back and forth. That was a fantastic rally. Alberta tries to get one of their own and then back again. Rising up, Team Manitoba able to get that one to settle down. They hit the net on the serve, and Alberta will be up to an early 2-1 lead. Back on the serve for Team AB. Up by 1. Nice knock in, there's the return. Good bump and set there, and that's gonna work out for Team Alberta. Playing some great team volleyball right now. 3-1 the score. Back again we come. That one will hit the net. Manitoba looking to take over here. Only down by 1. Still a much closer start than what we saw in our first set, Brian.
Yes, indeed.
As it's going to be Jackson Vandersteen on the serve. The opposite for Team Manitoba. Nice serve there, but a better return. Big spike in, not able to control it was Team Toba. Alberta now back up by 2 again.
Valiant effort by Ethan Baronico to Brandon, the 18-year-old, but there was just too much torque on that ball. And Alberta with a 4-2 lead as they go to serve.
We talked about the power before this second set got underway. That was a great example of it. There's another. That's an ace for Alberta and Kai Miles. First ace of the game that we've seen.
Yeah. I was wondering when that was going to happen, and here it is, a rocket.
With help from the tape at the top of the net. Able to get it over. Good spike there, nice return from Alberta. And it looks like an infraction on Team Alberta, so Manitoba will take over that point. Now they'll get an opportunity to rally back into this one. Down by 2, the score is 5-3.
We've only seen that once or twice. I think it happened, what, once? Maybe in the first set. And the infraction here.
Yeah, carry, net violation are usually the main 2 that we see. As that one couldn't work out for Team Alberta, and Manitoba with another point. Another strong serve there from Tony. The spike in, gets it to fall. McDonald, strong stuff there as he lunges up, gets it to fall.
Love the emotion too, Lou. Love the emotion.
Yeah, these guys laying it all out on the line here for the Canada Games. Both teams competing for, hopefully, a medal in volleyball. Good spike there. Able to get it up and over the net. Despite the block taking place, Manitoba, the great opportunity there to get this one back within 1. Now an opportunity to tie it.
Hagi Okosi
on the serve. The fake spike into the actual spike, and a great job to get that one down in time. Tyson DeZutter leaped up there and just smoked that one down. Now Alberta back up by 2. Not letting Manitoba tie this one just yet. There's a big spike. What a block there. Jumping up to Zutter. Couple of great big efforts from him on these last 2 rallies have earned Alberta the points.
And a boisterous Alberta crowd here at the Munfield House, acknowledging their team with the cowbell action here this morning. That'll wake you up.
Certainly so. Manitoba, Alberta, both known for their cowbells. Heard it yesterday at baseball. Team Manitoba loving their cowbells. Passionate fans, as they should be.
We do love cowbell here on the island and in the Labrador as well, right? Show me a hockey rink that doesn't have one or a basketball gymnasium.
Working its way into all sports now at the Canada Summer Games as that serve long. Alberta gains another point. So 9-6 the score. DeZutter. See if he can keep up his strong play. Gets it over. Manitoba on the return. Couldn't pick their spot, out of bounds. As DeZutter continues with his strong play here.
Picking up early the positivity, whether the shot is made, the point is collected or not. Everyone is so positive, right? There's fist bumps and pumps and all those good things that come with it as we get our first timeout here.
Manitoba will take their timeout. Down by 4, Alberta off to a strong start here. Kind of what we saw Manitoba do in the first set. Now Alberta realizing that that's what they have to do to get the win. And they've come out firing here so far. How about Tyson DeZutter the last 3 or 4 points? He's been great. He was part of the 2025 Volleyball Canadian National Championship team.
Wow.
Only 17 years old from Red Deer. So an impressive accolade for him, to say the least, at only 17 years old. and he's been really special to watch here at the 2025 Canada Summer Games. So both of these teams talking things over, trying to get their strategies ready. Manitoba in a different position than they were last time they took a timeout in our first set. We'll see how they adjust to this.
Well, the average age on both of these rosters would be 17, 18, but there is a 16-year-old on Team Manitoba. That's number 17, Liam Manser. He's the youngest volleyball player amongst these two squads from out west. You got to believe they've probably seen each other in competition prior to coming to the Northeast here in the 2025 Summer Games.
I would say so. What a block there. Team Alberta, multi-person effort, knocking that one down. Now, a great effort by them. Look at
huge presence here. Bang. That was really, really well done.
That was great, but I believe that they just tipped the net, so Manitoba is going to be able to keep the ball. Back they come. A nice return there by Brandsma, trying to get it over. Could not do so. Manitoba back within 2.
Yeah, here we go again, Luke. Buckle up, back and forth, back and forth. 10-8 now, Alberta. Manitoba retaining possession with Ethan Bernick to Brandon.
He's been a strong server out there
sure
today.
Has.
Look at the power behind that one.
Just the sound of it.
The sound of it is enough to scare you. Alberta able to get that point.
Yeah, for a small ball, it sure is mighty, isn't it?
Certainly so. Excuse me, Manitoba getting
what
that
goes
point.
into it. Nice finish for Alberta. But a point for Manitoba. Net presence again, a little violation maybe?
I believe so.
Return.
Now let's take a look here. He's back on the serve again. Bernick goes for a lighter serve, and it works out. What a serve there from Bernick. You could see the power in the last one, and then throws a curveball there and is able to get it to drop.
And as the match continues on here in the second set, we're starting to see different elements of the game start to rise to the occasion here. That's a first point like that coming off the net, the top of the net like that.
Well, he tried to do it again with the power, but couldn't get that one to work out. Strong effort from him, though, in the serving. Once again, he's been really strong in the back of the court. So now we switch our attention back over to Team Alberta, who now, don't look now, is only up by 1. On the set, there's the spike coming in. And Manitoba with another point off the deflection. They will keep the ball. 11-11 is the score. As they go for the block, they got a piece of it on the way down. Manitoba continuing. Good job just to get that one over. Set wasn't in an optimal position, and down they come again. Once again, Brian, it's Bernick.
Yes, indeed, Luke. You mentioned his name an awful lot, and you can see why.
Him and Tyson DeZutter have been the two that have really stuck out here.
They sure have.
In this second set. So it's going to be Redmond on the serve, able to get that one over. Alberta on the return. That one's going to drag just past the line and outside. Manitoba up by 2 now. It was a comeback for them midway through this second set. So Redmond now continuing to serve. Not so much power, but pretty good placement from him, and he just misjudges that one as it will go long.
Just carried a little long.
Something that we saw a lot in beach volleyball, obviously outside of Paradise Park. The wind was gusting. Wind, thankfully, not a factor here. That was a hard thing to deal with.
I'm sure it was.
For those ladies and gentlemen, as back we come again. A big spike in. That one just missing the green line again. Manitoba up by 2 once again here.
Yeah, they're starting to carry the momentum here, producing point after point after point. They've rattled off 5 here to Alberta's 2 in the last sets here. Or pardon me, in the second set here. I'll be okay.
So we go to Vandersteen on the serve for Team Toba. Big spike in, just a little bit too low. That one had some big time power behind it. The placement just wasn't there. Alberta on the way back. Kai Miles trying to tie this one up. Big throw up. There's the power. Can it be returned? It can. Alberta trying to do the same. Here's the spike. Big time block. Not able to hold it in. Fantastic stuff there from Okase.
Augie from Anambra, Nigeria's an 18-year-old.
Take a look at that, Brian. The big time block, and Alberta can't control it. That was awesome stuff there from Okase. So now a 2-point lead for Team Manitoba, tying their biggest lead in this set. They've done the opposite here. They've been behind, unlike the first set. But we talk about it being so back and forth. And a great placement there. Just able to roll that one past the blocker was McDonald and able to get it to settle down. Take a look at this one. As McDonald jumps up, fakes the spike, and then just rolls it over the intended target. It's perfectly placed. Now McDonald with the chance to serve. Returned nicely by Manitoba. The spike is long on a miscue there from Baranuck. And Alberta able to tie things up at 15 apiece. It's McDonald back again on the serve. This one looking for placement, and he gets it. Now the spike in. That one outside, and Alberta will keep the train rolling up by 1 here. Once again, still 9 points away, but that doesn't even matter at this point, Brian. Back and forth. This one's still anyone's set.
And we're going to be in store for this, I think, Luke, right through 5.
I wouldn't be surprised at all what we've seen through the first 1.5 sets. Is this one a greatly placed shot there, able to get it to fall down. Diving for it on the way back was Team Alberta, just couldn't get a piece of it.
Great effort. Nevertheless, 16s.
Ooh. That was placed perfectly. Here's Okase. Nice serve, good bump. Nice roll, and they'll get the point. Tyson DeZutter once more.
Indeed.
Been the MVP of this second set for Team Alberta. 17-16 for Team AB. Looking to tie this one up at 1 set apiece. Still some mileage to go. Good bump up, there's the spike. Nice keep up now there. And it's back again. Big time spike in and another keep. Great job by Brandsma to keep those last 2 balls alive. Here's Manitoba on the way back. Able to work it again. There's the pump up. Back and forth action here. Another keep up by Brandsma. There's the spike block. Brandsma again keeping it up. Back we come, another spike, that one long. What a rally.
Wow.
Team Alberta wins that point.
That was exhilarating stuff right there, Luke. That might have been the best rally we've seen so far into the second set, maybe including the first game in which Manitoba was victorious. But that was just great volleyball as the young men show their skills on display here at the field house at Memorial.
I have to agree with you, Brian. I think that's the best set that we've seen in this one so far. As Alberta on the way back, trying to poke it through. Can they keep it up? No, DeZutter again. On a great effort for Team Alberta. They're now up by 3. And a timeout for Manitoba. Look at this last one here from DeZutter.
Just a nice little touch and just enough to get it to go. And Luke, as we learn along the way, you're doing an outstanding job, son. Don't want to make you blush, but anyways, You're doing a great job, but you see the ebb and flow of the game is so awesome. But seeing the ball coming so quickly and then just the change of delivery and such, I guess that's the way to describe it. But I mean, those little soft touches there when you're expecting the big throw down or whatever's coming your way. Well, we're seeing a little bit of everything, but that seems to really throw teams off a little bit when they're expecting, I guess, the big bump. They're used to it, of course. They played it all, but the nice little feathery touch has resulted in points that we're not used to seeing. You're looking at the ace serve. We've only had 1 or 2 of those, but it's been great volleyball action, no doubt about it. 19-16. I love the compete level. The fact that neither is giving an inch on that floor.
Certainly so. Yeah, the ace has been hard to find here. Both teams have been so strong at returning the serves. I believe that you're right. Only 1, maybe 2 that we've seen all day here throughout this first game. We've seen some great roll shots, just poking it up and over the blocker and away from the defender. It's been a strong back and forth battle here. Alberta 6 points away from tying up at 1 set apiece. Here's the serve. Bump is up. Here's the spike down. That was textbook there from Team Manitoba. Baranuk getting it to fall.
Well, Ethan Baranuk out of Brandon has just been terrific for Team Manitoba.
He certainly has been.
Serving has been immaculate and with so much precision and power.
Now we turn our attention to Liam Noonan. There's a nice serve and diving for it's Alberta. Couldn't get there in time. Manitoba continuing, trying to tie this one up. Score now 19-18 in favor of Alberta. Manitoba and Noonan with a chance to tie it here, but a timeout call. And we will meet up again as these two teams will chat over the game plan. Back and forth, and neither team is back down once at all here today.
Yeah, no, I know, it's excellent. 19-18, Alberta would love to even things up here in the second set after dropping the first one. 27-25.
Yeah, and this second set, just so important as well, because, I mean, if Manitoba wins this one, all of a sudden Alberta has to win the next 3 in a row to capture this match. And then if Alberta ties it up, it's really anyone's game.
Yeah, then we're down to a best of 3.
Certainly so. So 19-18, the score for Team Alberta as we get set for what will be a great finish to this second set. It's been so competitive as well. Everybody laying it out on the line.
Yeah.
Doing a great job for sure. The diving action as well. The will to go and dive for the ball. Remember, it's well out of your reach and able to keep it up and into play. It's great athleticism here at the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
I'm sure there's been a little bit of floor burn there as well involved in this when you're laying out like that.
Certainly so. Here's Alberta trying to poke one over. That one doesn't work out, but the block is a miscue by Manitoba. Out of bounds, Alberta up 20-18. That was a great look there. Alberta with the poke, and then the block is knocked just out of bounds, and a heads-up play there by Will Brandsma. Not going to hit that one as he lets it trickle out of bounds. As we have Tyson DeZutter on the serve for Team Alberta, 5 points away from clinching the second set. Looks like we are all ready to go now and get underway, as here is the serve. Some power behind it, nicely placed. The return on the way back. Looks like it was in, and Manitoba will grab that point back in within one. Nobody backing down here, Brian.
And Luke, it's Ethan Baranuk one more time for Team Alberta, making Brandon proud.
There's no question about that. What a serve there. You could tell who was serving that one. That's going to stay in bounds, 21-19. A nail biter here from St. John's.
Liam Ulrich, 17 from Edmonton. And a 2-point Alberta advantage here, retaining serve. Needing 4 to even things up here. Pool B preliminary men's volleyball. Week 2, 2025 Canada Summer Games.
Oh, what a dig there by Ulrich. Back the other way, out of bounds. Manitoba back within one again. But a great job by Ulrich, able to keep that one up with his shoulder and keep the rally going.
It's a roller coaster of emotion, back and forth, 21-20, just great volleyball action. And we're just underway on this midweek Wednesday as well.
Still our first game here of the day.
Yeah. Of 5 action-packed in the 3 days in a row, Lukey, my boy.
Certainly is. Here's the set, back the other way. Alberta gets it to fall. They're within 3 of tying this matchup. Great rally there. Ball comes back, there's the spike down. Just finding the hole was Kai Miles.
Great camera work, gang. Keep it up. Awesome replays. Getting a first-hand look.
It's a big spike, good return. Back again, another spike. That one blocked by Alberta. But it was a piece of the net that they collected. And it looks like Manitoba on the serve, back up by 1 is Team Alberta. Manitoba with an opportunity to tie it. Jackson Vandersteen on the serve again. Looking to tie this one up at 22 and repeat what Alberta did to Manitoba in the first set.
Absolutely, you got it, Luke. Right on the money.
And that one is called in. Alberta can't believe it. We will see what comes of this. Let's take another look here. Watch for the back line. Where does that ball land? Oh,
right on it.
That's in.
It
on
is
the
too.
line.
So
we believe.
The official did a great job. He's right there.
But the call overturned, and now Alberta.
Oh, well now.
Up by 2, interesting.
Wow.
Great shot there from our Universal Media crew. Looked like on the way down, the ball caught a bit of the back half of the line. We'll have to see as Alberta with another point now. They're within 1. Manitoba with their backs up against the wall in this set.
Well, if there was ever a time for a ace serve here, it would be right now for Kai Miles of Edmonton with a chance to even things up here for Alberta.
Certainly so. Here is Miles. The big serve in, out of bounds. That was some close,
Was
Brian.
it ever?
I thought that you called it, but just out. And back it comes, Team Manitoba. Let's take a look at this one. Great slow-mo shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, only
they
missing.
carried a little bit, but still from the angle here.
And with the speed it was traveling at as well. Alberta trying to capture this one. Manitoba down by 2. Good return. Here's the set, the spike, and that one returned. Another one in, and that will do it. Alberta gets things back, and we are all tied at 1 as we go to our 3rd set. Action-packed, back and forth. Here was the last rally. That was absolutely fantastic. So our 3rd set coming up after this from St. John's.
Calling St. John's unique is like calling a humpback a goldfish. It's wildly different here.
Welcome back. We are all set and ready to go here for our third set from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Team Manitoba, Team Alberta, tied at 1 set apiece in the race to 3. You need to win 3 sets to win the match. This is going to be an important third set here. See who can get up and ahead. We can see some Team Alberta fans there enjoying this one, and athletes throughout the village as well. Seen some track and field athletes around. We'll have enhanced coverage of that in a few hours' time, as all of these great athletes here putting on some great competition in week 1 and now including week 2 as well, as we are underway for week 2. It's been a great week and a half here so far in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. And how about our volunteers these few weeks, Brian?
Amazing, Luke.
They've been
just
fantastic.
simply amazing. And that's the strength. And you being an islander from a smaller island, Prince Edward Island, dear to many hearts, all part of Atlantic region. But you know what people are like, and they come out in droves to show their hospitable side and also the deep care for it. And sports, well, sports is universal love as far as I'm concerned, and you're seeing it exemplified here at every venue you go to.
Certainly so. They've been fantastic here throughout this week and a half or so. And you want to know what else has been fantastic? This matchup.
Has it ever? What a great battle here between two real solid teams.
They have been back and forth, and that's been a common theme in volleyball, whether it's beach, men's, women's, indoor, doesn't matter. It's been great to watch. So our first set was 27-25 for Manitoba. Our second set was 25-22 for Alberta. And our third set is TBD, to be decided, as Alberta, Manitoba will look to get set and face off here again. We've seen some great power, some great finesse, and everything in between as we are set to go. Looks like starting off for this one.
Yeah, she's a best of 3 now, Luke.
Certainly so. And a great job by Alberta to fend off Manitoba at the end there. They were able to get that point. The ever so enticing 25th point. As we get set to go here. So Manitoba huddling before the serve coming in as Tyson DeZutter with it. He was the MVP for Team Alberta of that second set. How about his play? He was just fantastic out there. As he gets set to go.
And the Big Z is ready, and here we are.
Nice serve in, hard to return. That one hit the roof.
Hey, we said we were seeing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and here we go. Right off the hop.
Everyone's included in this one, including the roof. As we turn it back to DeZutter. That one's gonna get a piece of the net. We will be tied at 1 in our third set. So Manitoba now, and look who's out there to serve,
I was
Brian.
just gonna say, Luke, Ethan Baranek from Brandon.
He's got some power. He can also finesse it over as well. Let's see what he does here. Well, he went for power. He powered it through the back half the court, and Alberta will take the point.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that Ethan's blood is percolating there. You know what? It's an emotional game, obviously, and he really hammered that, but it just carried it way too far.
On the return, Alberta. Back again, big spike in. That will be a point for Manitoba. A great effort there from Team Toba, and we are all tied up now at 2 apiece. That one just deflecting off of Ulrich and out of play. On the way back. Good setup. Here's the spike in and a great block. A group effort by Team Manitoba. 3 of them building a wall there at the net. That one was impossible to get by.
Tremendous net presence defense here for Manitoba as you get a first-hand look at how well that was done.
All 3 Manitoba players up there trying to block that one. That's half the team out on the course. That's a great answer back by Alberta to tie it up at 3. So we've seen Manitoba pull away early on. We've seen Alberta pull away early on. Now we're all tied here in our 3rd set. We have had everything here so far. As we get set for the serve again. Nicely placed. Manitoba on the return, stepping up for the spike. That one's going to be held up by Brandsma on the set. Another spike back in again. These 2 teams continuing to battle it out. Grabbing the point there on the big swing was a Koze.
Augie's on his game for sure, number 13.
He certainly is. He's been a presence out there. Take a look at this. Watch 13 in white and yellow. Leaned into that one, Brian.
Oh, that ball was a blur as you saw on the replay. Great work.
There's Vandersteen on the serve now, back the other way. A great bump to keep that one alive. There's the spike in. Gonna settle down nicely. Alberta keeping it tied here. Just won't go away right now.
No.
A pretty big thorn in Manitoba's side.
Well, Luke, if this is any indication of what we're in store for, it's going to be a fun 3 days here at the field house on the campus of Memorial University.
Absolutely.
Noisy inside, great support.
And the crowd growing too as time's gone on here.
Pool B preliminary, men's volleyball action, week 2, Canada Summer Games.
Yeah, some great games on tap here for the rest of the day as we look for Manitoba on the serve. That one will work out for Team Alberta. Coming up after Manitoba, Alberta will be Northwest Territories and Nunavut. After them, New Brunswick and Ontario. And then our lone women's matchup of the day, New Brunswick versus Saskatchewan, followed by Nunavut and Nova Scotia to wrap things up. So some pretty good matchups there, Brian, as we look down the road here today.
For sure, Luke. Pool B here, Ontario, New Brunswick, Pool B. We'll have Pool C action with Nunavut and the Northwest Territories.
So we pick things up here with a Team Manitoba serve up by 1. Trying to build that lead back the other way. There's the big spike blocked down out in front. I think Redmond got the most of it. I know for a fact that Brown was in there as well. Manitoba continuing to build the wall at the net.
18-year-old Chris Redmond from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Strong stuff from him.
7-5 Toba.
An opportunity to build on that once more. Nice spike down. Alberta able to get one back. Neither one of these teams letting their opposition get out too far
They're
ahead
not
of themselves.
giving an inch. It may sound repetitive, but it's the truth.
We talk about compete here at the Canada Games. And these 12 men on the court right now are definitely competing. As 8-6 we go now for Team Manitoba.
And the intensity at a fevered pitch here too, Luke.
So here comes Manitoba on the way back. Matthew Brown stepping up to serve, 17 years old, from Sunnyside, Manitoba. Gonna be bumped up, trying to get it over there. Couldn't spike it. And it looks like an infraction there. Didn't catch that, but Manitoba will grab the point. So now up by 3. 9-6. This is the biggest lead that we've had here so far in our 3rd set. It's been that close. Here's Brown. Was that one just trickling in, I believe? The official will go for our second opinion, and it will stay a Team Manitoba point. As Brown from downtown gets the ace to fall. Let's take another look. Oh, what happened is it was out of bounds, but it hit Miles, who didn't get out of the way. So Brown again. Another one with some power behind it. Nice set up there.
There's that lovely little touch, Luke, that we talked about earlier in the first and second set. Nicely done by Liam Ulrich.
That was a perfect roll shot. What a great job there. Now back the other way. Here's Manitoba with it. Looking for the spike in, that one. Oh, Alberta saying it's outside. Manitoba says it's in.
Jackson Vandersteen from West St. Paul, Manitoba, an 18-year-old.
Is heading over to talk to the official was DeZutter, but will not get the ruling changed. Manitoba on the serve now. They are up by 4. Big serve coming in. Nice control to return it. The spike in. Held up. Manitoba thought they had the point. Can they catch them off guard? Good rally back. Diving effort there. Alberta on the spike, blocked. And it will be outside on the return. So Alberta able to get the point back within 3. Great action back and forth. Oh, just missing.
Alberta indicating one.
That one's going to hit the net. So Alberta having a little bit of trouble here in the serving in our third set. Will allow Manitoba to get back up by 4.
Well, this is the huge match here, Luke. Even Steven at 1 set apiece.
Another great rally. There's the spike and there's the point. There's Okaze for Team Manitoba. Gets another one to fall. Alberta going to take their time out. They're down by 5. Manitoba's rolling here in the third set.
And the 18-year-old from Nigeria, Augie Okase, he has made some integral points here for his team in this match this morning. Best 3 of 5, tied at 1. So who's going to gather the momentum here? And it's, I guess, the back and forth, Luke, that we've seen going on. That's anybody's guess. This will go right down to the bitter end here. And just a great display of volleyball here this morning at the Munn Fieldhouse.
Certainly so.
Electrifying stuff, 13-8.
Yeah, Manitoba with the biggest lead that they've had all game. Looking to build on that. That's what's forced Alberta to take the timeout, and a good call for the timeout. Have to try to construct what your game plan is going to be, how you're going to get back into this one. You're only down by 5, and we've seen it swing around here a few times where you see a team up by 5, 6, 7, and then right back it comes for the opposition. So still very much anyone's set here. 13-8 the score. We are not even at the halfway point yet. Manitoba getting ready to hit the floor once more here, looking to continue to build on what they already have, as it's been a great answer back from them after losing the second set, Brian.
Yep. Well, you aptly pointed out about momentum and how you can get yourself in a good spot here, but no team is going to yield much out there at all, Luke. This 5-point differential now, if it's any indication of what we saw in the first 2 sets, they'll be back and forth, and they'll continue it here until someone gets to 25 or beyond to win by 2.
So a good answer back from Alberta. Looks like it was a good use of the timeout thus far, as they're able to get the first point since that break. Take a look at that.
Super defense, and then just beautifully done.
That was perfectly placed. Just finding the gap in the floor. Now on the serve. Manitoba with a big block there. Jumping up for Alberta was McDonald with help from Weiss, able to knock it down. Look at these two jumping up here right by our referee stand. All you can see is the hands, and that's all that you need to see. The ball right back down. again. This time, oh my goodness, look at
Good
that.
luck trying to stop that. Wow.
Those are times when you're happy to be up in the broadcast booth.
That's
and away
a power
from that.
return if there is one. Just look at the intensity and the speed on that. Wow, Manitoba up by 4, retaining possession.
There's some movement behind that one. Nice serve there. Picking the corner was Vandersteen. Diving for it was Brandsma, and the point for Manitoba. Take another look at that perfectly placed shot as Brandsma had to go for it. And a great effort. Just so hard, that ball moving so quickly. Hard to get it up. Keep it in play. Again, a strong serve. Branson, that one knocks him down off his feet. Alberta on the way back. Continuing blocks from Manitoba. Good set, there's the spike, and it's gonna catch a piece of the line. Alberta contesting it.
William Brandsma not too happy, the 18-year-old from Edmonton, number 1.
The libero for Team Alberta, but no, you're right. He was upset with that call. That one was close. Let's take a look there. Great shot from our Universal Media crew.
He was laying it all on the line for Team Alberta. Look at that again.
Nice set up. They're going to call a carry on that one. As back it comes, a second timeout call here for Alberta. Manitoba rolling up by 7, Brian.
And the
This
momentum.
is a big lead
Yes,
for what
and
we've seen here.
It sure is, Luke Much, and Alberta needs to calm down and get their collective thoughts together. And
I really like
Manitoba
that.
rolling, though.
I really like that timeout call for Team Alberta. The coaching staff could sense that their players were getting a little bit upset, right? They can't focus on the officials right now. They have to focus on the game itself.
And it's like minuscule. Hey, the miss or the point is good. So close.
And the ball moving so fast.
Well,
as
that's just it. It's got to be difficult for the officials as well. I mean,
no video replay.
Well, there you go. It's live, and that's the beauty of it.
Certainly so.
You know, play the game the way it was intended to be played, and officiate it the same way as well.
So, a big lead here for Team Manitoba. Let's see if they can continue to capitalize. Is up by 7. And 8 points to go to grab this third set. But still, as we mentioned, the momentum. Maybe the timeout sparked Team Alberta. Still lots of time left to go here in this set.
Jackson Vandersteen from West St. Paul will serve here, up by 7. And here we go.
Nice return there. Very strong from Brandsma. Looking to set it back. Manitoba in 2. Couldn't get that one to fall in. And then another opportunity, and a great job there by Okoze to get it to fall. That was great stuff from Team NB. Watch Okoze here, number 13. A good keep up first from Alberta, and jumping up and able to get it to set down.
And just a little roll shot over the net and down.
Absolutely.
An 18th point and 7 away from taking a lead.
Vandersteen leaned into that one, couldn't get the right height on that one. And Alberta back within 7 now, and an opportunity here to control it off the serve. Get to pick where you want this one to go.
They needed that point, Luke.
They certainly did. Good time for a charge here from the blue and white. Nice setup. Manitoba blocked off at the line. Jumping up for that one was McDonald. He'll knock it right back down. Get Alberta within 6.
Here we go again.
It's not over till it's over. Exactly what we said in our first and second set. Those two coming down to the wire. Literally in set 1, we needed extra points. Manitoba with a strong answer back. They advance to 19 within 6 of closing out this third set.
Yeah, and this pivotal third set as well. Team winning this one will take the 2-1 lead and clearly have some momentum. But everything we've seen since this got underway this morning has been nothing short of terrific. And back and forth we go, and rightfully so.
Just like whenever Alberta had the lead, it's now Manitoba ahead, who's had a little bit of trouble with the serves here as of late. Their last 2 hitting the net. See if Alberta can capitalize, and it's going to be McDonald. Good return. Oh, and a great roll shot. Somehow able to keep that one up, and a block coming in clutch. What an effort there. Manitoba has hit the 20-point mark. They're 5 away from clinching this 3rd set.
And full of energy, vim and vigor here. They're sensing it.
And again, it's Okoze jumping up for the big block.
And he's had a monster game for Manitoba.
Certainly, he was fired up, and rightfully so. Timed that block at the perfect point. Created a one-man wall. There's Alberta. There's a spike and another block. Great stuff here from Team Manitoba. Redmond jumping up there for that one. Take a look at this one. Great effort from him. Manitoba continuing to keep their foot on the gas here, but again, we talked about it, the serving. Last 3 of 4, that hasn't worked out for them.
Yeah, that didn't work for Augie Okosi that time, but he's been nothing short of terrific.
No, he's been great in this game. The strongest set here so far is this 3rd one. This one launched right over the net, gets a piece of the tape. Here's the spike in, nice keep up, trying to keep it in play. Just running out of real estate there was Baradacco, who was right up, and he was off the floor trying to get that one. That's the great part about volleyball. You can run all the way up here to the broadcast booth if you can get there in time.
Well, that was a great effort by Alberta, but
Certainly
they're down by 8.
That's going to drag out of bounds. Manitoba continuing just to not hit their spots on the serve here, and it's keeping Alberta in this game. Manitoba only 3 points away from closing it out here. This one up, looking for the set in. Alberta on the return. Here's the spike, it's going to be blocked. Scrambling's Alberta, will they get it over? They do. Back again, and just outside on the spike. Alberta with another point here, 22-16. On the serve, that one hitting the net. And Manitoba now within 2, capturing this 3rd and very important set.
And Tyson DeZutter, who's been a real catalyst here for Team Alberta, knew right away, Luke, upon his serve that he never got enough of it. Plus his reaction.
There's a good bump. Looking to keep it in play. Here comes the spike in. Another great job by Brandsma. That one's going to be blocked. And a great effort once again. This time I believe it was Tony that jumped up, knocked it down, and a set point here for Team Manitoba and an opportunity to close out the 3rd set. Look at that there.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, here we go, Luke.
Opportunity to win it. Good bump on the spike, back out of bounds, and there you have it. Manitoba takes this one 25-16 to go up 2-1. Fantastic job by them. We'll see if they can continue after this from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador.
Everything has brought her to this moment. She inches closer to the edge and summons the courage to leap. Because she knows the only way out is across when the floor is lava. every big moment starts small.
And welcome back to the field house here at Memorial University. It's week 2, day 3 competition of the Canada Summer Games alongside Luke Much. I'm Brian Rogers. Hope you're enjoying the Pool B preliminary action here from the Munn Field House. Just a great opening match here this morning in Pool B. Alberta, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Ontario will be coming up a little later on in Pool B. Next, we'll have some Pool C action between the Northwest Territories and Nunavut. But right here, right now, this has been just terrific volleyball. Team Alberta, Team Manitoba. Toba with the 2-1 lead in this best 3 out of 5 and an opportunity here to advance. But Alberta's not going to go away anytime soon, Luke. We've seen that since the outset of the match here this morning at the field house. Just great action, great vibes in the building as well. And what a terrific sport. The speed, the intensity, it's all awesome to watch and to call, to say the least.
No, it certainly is, Brian. You're right about that. And that was actually the biggest gap that we've had in a set here so far today, 9 points. And our biggest gap by a large margin. Set 1 went to extra points. Manitoba took it 27-25. Set 2 was 25-22 for Alberta. Manitoba answering back to win the third set, 25-16. As just mentioned, Alberta getting a little bit frustrated, we saw in our third set. We'll see if they can bounce back here. Keep a level head. Don't let your emotions get the best of you, as we're just a few seconds away from getting this one started. But it's not, we've talked about some key players throughout, but really as time has gone on, everyone has played their part here, and everyone has been fantastic.
Well, the blocks on the serves has been outstanding, even if it doesn't result in a point, but just be able to get to that ball with the speed it's coming at you and volley it, you know, and get it up to your teammates is just, it's an eye-opening bit of sport. It really is.
The hand-eye coordination for me is the big thing. The ball's coming down at you so quickly on the spikes, and even some serves as we've seen here today. To be able to knock it up, keep and keep it in play for your teammate to go and get it, it's been really special to watch.
You mentioned all the different terms and such. The dig where the ball is retrieved from the spike off the shoulder or an arm, and you're seeing body parts that you may not think that you would see the ball come off of in volleyball, but that's part and parcel of it all.
Certainly is, as it looks like we're all set, and we talked about the hard serves, and here's Ethan Baranuk, and he's no stranger to really powering home the serves. See if he goes for power on this one. He certainly does. Here's Alberta. Trying to answer back. Nice roll shot there from Team Alberta. Propping it up and over the blocker and away from the defender. Able to get it to touchdown nicely. Now Alberta looking to continue this. Ben Weiss from Sherwood Park, as you mentioned, is a setter for Team Alberta. And on this occasion, he's serving. Good return there. Now Manitoba coming back. That's going to be outside. 2-0 Team Alberta, off to a strong start here. Trying to keep this one going. If Manitoba wins this set, then that is it for the match. There's our fourth set action here. Weiss again with it. Manitoba looking for the spike. Good keep up there from Alberta. Weiss gets it over in 3. Now the spike coming in. That's going to fall down. As a good answer by Tony. And Team Manitoba cuts the lead in half early on. Let's take another look at that from Tony on the far side of your screen. Gets a bit of the block, but is able to squeak through on the way by as Redmond will step up to serve from Winnipeg. Here's the set in, winds up that one, and a great return by Redmond, but it's just out of bounds, and Alberta regains the 2-point cushion. Our first matchup of the day, as we mentioned, some great matchups here to come. As if this is any teller to what the rest are going to be like, we're in for a great day of volleyball. As here's the set in, nice diving effort, can't get it over. Team Manitoba scrambling there, doing a good job to keep it up, but the angle too tight to the net and couldn't get it elevated in time.
And a 4-1 advantage for Alberta, pardon me. And this is everything they needed.
As there's the big serve in, couldn't control it, was Baranuck. And Alberta off and flying, they're up by 4 just like that in our 4th set. They have come out hungry here, Manitoba, with an early timeout call.
Very early here.
Not liking.
And that's a good call, I would.
No, I would definitely agree with you.
I mean, 5-1. I don't think there's much panic in Manitoba's game. We've already seen the strengths, and they're up, 2-1 with a chance to close it out here. So just an early, I guess, a timeout to say, hey guys, we've had our way here. We're up against a tough opponent, and it's gonna take everything we got here. But let's relax and get back to our strengths. And they have many. Both teams do.
If they had any doubt about Alberta backing down, I think that doubt is gone now. Up by a score of 5-1. It's been a strong start for Team Alberta, but I'm with you. I like the call there. Don't blame them at all for taking the early timeout, trying to get themselves back on track here. Still so early.
Yeah, and it's only 4. And considering Manitoba won by 8 or 9.
9, I believe.
You're correct, it was 9. Thank you.
Not the best at math, but I'm all right sometimes.
Either am I, bro. That's why I threw it out there. Give her.
Nice keep up, Alberta. Able to spring right back. 6-1 here. A dominant start for Team AB.
Yeah, that's a big point, and great for their enthusiasm and their confidence here.
And a great heads-up play there. See so many times the teams needing the 3 hits to get it over. That time Alberta only takes 1, doesn't let Manitoba reset, and is able to catch them by surprise. Now it's 7-1.
Yeah, and their coach coming out on the floor to offer some instruction. Oh, Alberta feeling cool.
Certainly
calm and collected
so.
with a 6-point advantage.
And a great turnaround from them after a disappointing 3rd set for their standards.
Lost the serve here as Tyson DeZetter, who's been enormous for Alberta, unable to make a clean serve there. So Alberta will relinquish the ball, and Manitoba will go on the attack, trailing by 5.
Vanderstein, an opportunity to continue to shave away at this lead. What a serve in. Holy, the power behind that one. Brandsma was down and out trying to collect it, but that was just perfectly placed.
And a valiant effort there by young William Brandsma, the 18-year-old from Edmonton as well. That can't be an easy thing to do, Luke. You're falling to the floor and you're still making contact with it, with the speed that ball's coming at.
That ball was just heated right on in there. Let's see if he can do it again. Good dig there on the spike. Be partially blocked, trying to get it over now. Nice job there by Manitoba. Alberta trying to counteract, keeping it alive. It's a tip shot over, and Alberta with another point now, 8-3, and they are back up by 5. Nice rally there.
Yeah, a little mini roll there of the off-speed shot over the blocker and away from the defender, and just like that, 8-3, Alberta lead.
Let's take another look at that roll shot. As it gets propped up. Very nice stuff there. Here's Manitoba on the spike. That one blocked. Good effort. Back again, it's Tony blocked once more. Will they go a 3rd time? They will! And he gets it to fall. 3rd time's the charm for Tony. Gets a valuable point for Team Manitoba, cuts the lead to 4.
Yeah, halfway there.
Certainly so. Not living on a prayer just yet, but Manitoba, some good ball movement and able to get it to fall. On the return, Tony couldn't get that one over the net. And Alberta back up by 5. Now on the serve, up by 5, down 2-1 in our sets. Here it comes. That one was moving. Big spike in. Nice job to keep it up. Alberta on the answer back. Good roll shot there. 3 Manitoba players diving to keep that one alive. Here comes the spike and a nice block again. This one looping back. Great job by Brandsma to keep it in. On the return, very nice, tough, composed shot there from Team Toba.
Augie Agose, a lovely little touch there to get Manitoba to within 4 points one more time. And here we go, back and forth.
It's been the story of this one so far through our opening 3 sets. As Alberta turns, rips that one down the line for a valuable point. Back up by 5 again. With the serve now and ready to attack. This one settled in nicely, looking for the spike attempt. That one out of bounds. Alberta up by 6. On a great effort with the spike, but too much power just over the back line. On the way back. Nice roll shot there, Manitoba getting a point back. 11-6 the score. And
Matthew
that's
Brown.
big.
Sorry, Luke. Matt Brown from Sunnyside, 17.
He will be the server here. A U17 National All-Star, Matthew Brown. And he just collects the net there. Manitoba, we saw their serving at the end of the last set wasn't the best, and it's continued here. Looking to sharpen up the serving here as time goes on in this one. They're going to have to if they want a shot to win it. Alberta up by 6, doubling the score of Manitoba early in this one. Nice set by Brown. There's the spike, return nicely. Keeping it alive. That one will drag just outside. Manitoba back within 5. Back to serve. Looks like it's going to be Ethan Baranuk. You want power, here's power.
Here it is.
Oh, just dragging long. Maybe a little bit too much power on that one, Brian.
Well, he was trying for the ace serve there. No touch for Team Alberta, Luke, and he came within a couple of millimeters maybe of letting that fall. Tremendous heat on that.
Back is Weiss now for Alberta. This one, will it stay in? It will.
It did.
Oh, Alberta arguing. Let's take another look at this one as it comes down. Oh, that is perfectly placed. What a
And
shot.
that is absolutely outstanding camera work.
Great job by our
Awesome
Universum
replay.
Media crew.
For sure, that's why they're here.
Oh, and a big time block. Manitoba starting to heat up here. Once down by 7, now down by 4.
And there's that momentum, Luke, that we've been talking about since we got to ear here this morning. How quickly it can change.
What a block that was.
The last thing Alberta wants to see happen here is Manitoba carry the momentum over.
Good effort to keep that one alive. And they poke it over. And a net violation.
Yeah, indeed.
And back it comes for Manitoba,
Yes,
down by
sir.
3. They just won't go away
And
here.
There's no way. 13-10. And retaining possession. Chris Redmond from Winnipeg.
Had a good serve last time. We have to scramble, just running out of real estate there. That's going all out.
Here comes Manitoba down by 2, Luke.
They will not go away. Let's take another look at that. The effort here, number 3, Tyson DeZutter, goes all out trying to keep that one alive. And it looks like 13-11 the score, and we'll have a timeout here for Team Alberta, now only up by 2 after a great rally back by Team Manitoba throughout the later parts of our 4th set. As just no quit in either of these teams right now, Brian.
And obviously, Luke, that timeout that Manitoba took down 5-1 has paid dividends for them. And now Alberta wants to reciprocate here and see if they can get their game back to where it was when they had a 6-point advantage, now down to 2. They don't want to have their confidence shaken here, as this is a set that they have to have trailing by a count of 2-1. Best 3 of 5. First set's course, 25 points, the first 4 sets, and if we need a 5th final set, they'll go to 15 points. You have to win by 2. And it has been topsy-turvy volleyball. Back and forth we go. There's been awesome action here. Preliminary Pool B. Coming up next will be the Northwest Territories and Nunavut in Pool C action. And a full slate of games here from the field house at Memorial University. That'll carry along. And Alberta will have a 3-point advantage here as they retain possession.
So the score 14-11 for Alberta. And the mad dash to get 25. Manitoba trying to end this one in 4 sets. Holy, look at that one. And keeping it alive on the way back.
Come on.
Great action there. That one was up and in the roof and somehow didn't touch anything. There's a spike in. Manitoba trying to keep it alive. Here's Tony. Back it comes, trying to get that one elevated. Oh. Look at this. Back again.
Oh, that's outstanding volleyball.
Wow, let's take a look at this. Bouncing off his head. You talk about taking a good dig. That's a good dig right there.
That might be the best dig ever.
Wow. One more time. And then back it comes. Oh, what a rally there. That's using your head.
Yeah. And the big C, Tyson DeZutter, not too happy with himself there. What a match. Another great set here. 15-12 Alberta, who have to win to stay alive.
This has been great.
Oh, is it ever.
Now on the serve for Team Manitoba will be Jackson Vanderstein. Here it is. Nice serve in. Back it comes. Roll it up, big spike in. Nice keep up by Tony. Again, it's Tony. Knocked down once more. Here's the set, Tony once more.
Tremendous defense, Team Alberta. And a 4-point advantage there at the net.
Oh my goodness. What a great couple last rallies we've seen here. Tony with 1, that one blocked. Set up for and again. Here's 2 blocked. Why not? Let's go a 3rd time.
Yeah.
That one's blocked as well.
And as they say, if you don't succeed, try, and try again.
Certainly so.
Not 3rd time lucky.
No, not this time at least. We've seen it earlier on. So Alberta back up by 6, 16-12 the score. On the service, McDonald. He'll try to bump one up. Now here's the spike in. Controlled well by Alberta. Back again, McDonald. This one blocked by Okoze. And it will settle down as Manitoba getting back a valuable point, cutting the lead to 3.
Yes, indeed, a large point there, Luke. Cut the deficit to 3 and retain possession. And the serve.
And a great serve as well. Here's the spike. Good bump. Here's the return. Diving effort, keeping it alive by DeZutter. Up again, trying to keep it alive is Manitoba. They do after a couple bounces off the net. Good step up there. Able to poke it up and over. was Baranuck, and Manitoba back within 2.
Very well done by Ethan Baranuck of Brandon. And now here comes Manitoba, 16-14. Alberta not wanting to relinquish a point here.
Trying to keep it alive, and a great effort to do so as he gets set up towards the back. Now trying to elevate one for the setter. That one pulling outside. As it looks like
good.
Manitoba will get the point.
Yeah, that was really close.
The head official going against the sideline. She had a good view at it. We'll trust her judgment. Down it comes. Here's the set. That one's going to be blocked. Good regroup by Alberta.
Wow.
Nice block there by Ulrich. Back again it comes. Trying to hustle for it. Can't get there in time. And 17-16, back up by 2 is Team Berta.
Yeah, and Alberta needed that desperately. They got it. They stayed with it.
Certainly did. Manitoba with a great job to get it back into position, but just couldn't get it up and over the net.
But great rallying by both teams.
Certainly so. That one just missing. Now a 1-point game again. Manitoba, great effort to come back and stay competitive in this one. As here we go. Agi Akoze from Nigeria playing for Team Manitoba, the 18-year-old middle. Part of the 2025 volleyball national team as well. See what he can do here. Nice serve, received well off the bump. This one's going to be brought back in again. Looks like we're going to call a carry.
Liam Noonan out of Winnipeg, the 18-year-old, with great effort there for Team Manitoba. Man, all of a sudden, we're all even Steven.
Just like that.
Well, you knew you were strapped in.
Yeah, oh,
right?
absolutely. Here's a Koze
Buckle up.
again. On the return is Alberta. Manitoba trying to do that as well. Big time block. Keeping it alive is Manitoba. Trying to get that one to work out. Alberta again. The spike in gets it to fall. Back up by 1. Is Team AB a seesaw back and forth battle between these two provinces?
18-17, Alberta down 2-1 here in Pool B. Preliminary action from the field house on the campus of Memorial University.
Just trying to stay alive right now is Alberta. Their backs are up against the wall. Now they're back up by 2.
Yeah.
On the miscue on that spike. So 19-17 the score for Team Alberta in the blue and white. As we turn our attention back for the serve. This one skims along the tape. Here's the spike in. That's going to fall. Back within 1. Manitoba on a great spike from Baranuck. Really strong stuff there from him. Take a look at that.
Well, he's been an
Rises up.
absolute beast for Manitoba here today, Luke.
There's no question about that.
And I say that in a good way.
For sure. The big spike in. Manitoba looking for the spike once more. Tries for the roll. Doesn't get that to work, but a big time block. Back the other way. We are tied 19-19.
Oh,
just like that.
Yeah.
Look at this. Great back and forth action on our replay here. And then there's the block. Both teams 6 points away from winning this one.
Vanderstein.
Big spike there is blocked, but it's blocked out of bounds. 20-19 the score for Team Alberta. Now let's take another look at that one. See the big block jumping up, but it just takes a hard right bounce out of bounds. So on the serve for Alberta is going to be Grayson McDonald, the Edmonton native. Jumping up, and he'll hit that one across the court. Nice poke shot there. Can they keep it up? They do.
Wow.
Able to get it over. Again, the poke shot, another diving effort. Here's the set trying to get to work out. Alberta now playing defense, and they don't even have to. Just missing the mark on that one for Team Manitoba was Vandersteen, and Alberta up by a very big 2 points late here in the fourth set.
Much, and they need to keep this momentum going. They have to have the victory to keep our opening best 3 of 5 matchup here going.
There's a big spike in, and it's going to be a violation on Alberta. Not sure what happened there, but Manitoba, just like that, back in within 1 point of tying this one up.
And they've got their main catalyst here, Ethan Baronic, for the serve. Oh, and he lost it.
Again, struggling will be Manitoba on the serving here, and Alberta within 3 points of closing this one out.
22-20 in set number 4.
Close matchup.
Manitoba up 2-1, trail by 2 as Alberta retains possession.
Here's a long shot in. This one tipped up. Settled back down again by Alberta. Here comes the spike in, and they're going to get it to fall. Within 2 of closing out this fourth set is Team Alberta.
Well, when they needed the big point there to give them a 3-point advantage, they went to the big Z, and Tyson DeSetter right there delivers. As you saw firsthand, right there.
Big spike in. Manitoba, that is a massive point for them, back within 2. Look at this replay, Brian, the power behind this spike. Whew.
And the great effort by William Brandsma as well. And he's put in yeoman service for Team Alberta there in the special positioning.
Absolutely, in the libero position. He's been great out there the whole time for Team Alberta. Is that one a diving effort? All of a sudden, Brian, it's match point for Team Alberta.
Yep.
And look at this, able to get it over. And then a diving effort. But Team Manitoba can't keep that one up.
1 point away, Luke, from what we expected that we thought just might happen.
Certainly so. You called it at the end of the first set. This one bounced back in, not dead yet. It's Manitoba.
Let's not get presumptuous here. 24-22.
So within 2 points.
Yep.
And it's going to be Manitoba with the serve as they look towards Jackson Vandersteen, who's been strong on serving today. Let's see if we can get Manitoba back into this one in the serving category. Big serve for him. And it hits the net, and that will do it. We are going the distance to 5 sets here from Munn in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. 5th set on its way after this from the Canada Summer Games.
Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Canadian AV, proud supporter of the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
The United Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners Local 579 is proud to welcome the Canada Games to our home this summer. UBC Local 579, building great things in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Welcome back to the field house here at Memorial University in St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador. It's day 3 of week 2 competition at the 2025 Canada Summer Games. Alongside Luke Much, I'm Brian Rogers. Great to be aboard for preliminary action. Pool B, Alberta, Manitoba will go to that 5th and final set. And with it being required, this match will be determined at 15 points, and The Liberos on both Manitoba and Alberta played integral parts in this. Of course, that's their positioning here in the great game of volleyball. But man, they have been so good for the respective teams. Gavin Ulrich of Manitoba and also the youngster William Brandsma for Edmonton. I call them youngsters. They're young men, of course, but you see...
you take a look. Those are our next teams warming up. We've none of it in Northwest Territories. That's always a great matchup.
Yep.
They have been fantastic here. But no, you're right, Brian. It's been some great back and forth action here between our 4 sets so far. Set 1, Manitoba won 27-25 in extra points. Set 2, it was 25-22 for Alberta. Set 3, it was Manitoba and Alberta battling it out. Manitoba took that one 25-16, and then in set 4, Alberta won that one 25-22. So,
yeah,
as we saw,
fantastic,
and Northwest Territories preparing for the next matchup.
Yep.
Going to be a great one, but let's not get ahead of ourselves because this is going to be a race to 15 points between these two teams.
For sure, Luke, you called it. That'll be a Pool C match, best of 3 out of 5 between Nunavut and the Northwest Territories.
Certainly so. And also another implemented rule for our 5th set is that timeout is 60 seconds, not 30 seconds. So something to watch out for here, as we are just a few seconds away from getting our 5th set teed up here and ready to go. Anyone's volleyball match here to win. This one has gone down to the wire. Manitoba winning sets 1 and 3, Alberta 2 and 4 to get us back here to our 5th and final set. A race to 15 between these two teams.
And Luke, less room for error here with the 15 points needed. Still got to win by 2, but first to 15 will advance.
And starting it off will be Team Alberta at number 15 for them, Grayson McDonald. As we take a look here and get all set and ready to go. Here comes the serve. Quickly now, turnaround from Manitoba. That was a great cut, able to get that one to fall, and Manitoba off to an early start.
Sunnyside, Manitoba's Matthew Brown delivering the first point of this tie-breaking set to 15.
And again, Manitoba not using all 3 hits. As Brown on the second hit got it over. Might have surprised Team Alberta, but either way, Alberta looks like they're going to tie this one up.
And they do.
Take a look at that spike, and then the block coming in, but just didn't get all of it.
Tyson DeSutter one more time for good measure.
Gets it up and over. Back the other way. Here is DeSutter. Manitoba now. Back for Alberta. Here's the spike in. That one catches the back line and will drop in for a valuable 1-point lead early on in our 5th set. Very strong start here from both of these teams, not willing to give an inch. As here comes the spike, looking to set it up. That one was beamed down.
Enormous.
Whoa.
Agi Akose with heat. Oh my.
Look at that.
Dang.
He could not have hit that one any better. That was fantastic.
Deuces.
Catches the net with that one.
And then a loss of serve.
Again, that's been the struggle for Manitoba. Now let's see if Alberta can get away cleanly with the serves. Oh, just barely getting a piece of the tape was DeSutter. And he'll be able to knock it over. And now Alberta up by 2. DeSutter on the serve.
And the cut will result in a point. Oh. William Brandsma doing an outstanding job there. Manitoba will get the point and retain, but however, that's tough stuff.
Certainly is.
Wow,
So now
the speed.
Only a 1-point game early on here. Remember, we're only going to 15
Yes,
for
indeed.
our 5th and final set. Well, this one's going to be knocked up. Alberta answering back. That one's going to be blocked. But it will be an Alberta point as Team Manitoba blocked it but couldn't get it back up and over the net in time to take a 2-point lead.
5-3 for Alberta.
This is now on the serve.
And it's hard to say who's got momentum, but Alberta did rally back to tie it, and here they are in the lead.
Certainly did.
But just like that, just like that, throw it out the window.
That's the thing with volleyball, back and forth throughout. Wow. Take another look at that one. Quick spike up, threading the needle in between the block. Now here they come. That one just skimming along the tape, and it will stay in play. Big spike in, getting it to fall. Alberta back up by 2. Only 9 points away. Great set there, just threading the needle. Now an opportunity to extend the lead. Move it up, and that one's going to fall for Manitoba. 6-5. These two teams.
Nobody's going away.
No.
Nor should they. That's the game.
not.
But what a terrific, terrific opening match here today at the Fieldhouse at Munn. Into the 5th deciding set.
And here comes Alberta with a spike that catches the back corner. 7-5 now. Great wind up there by DeZutter. Go look at the set, and there he comes out of nowhere with the left hand. Smacks it down. Very strong. Here's the serve. Manitoba trying to answer back. Good diving effort, keeping it alive. The bump and able to get it back over is Alberta. Here they come. Gonna set something up, another set in. This is back and forth, but a net violation.
You're right, Luke.
On Alberta, and Manitoba back within 1. Neither team backing down here. Manitoba an opportunity to tie it. Vandersteen on the serve. Need this one over the net.
Winner advancing to qualifying round action. The loser will be forced to enter regulation play.
That one's gonna get over. Touches down. Nice serve there. That's exactly what Manitoba needed from Vandersteen.
7-7. And here we go. Down the stretch.
All tied up. Both teams 8 points away from winning this one. We'll see who gets there first. Let's see if Vandersteen can keep up this solid serving. And he doesn't. Just getting it out of bounds. That one's so close. Had to wait for the official signal on that one as we will take our timeout. 60 seconds here in our 5th set. Great shot from the Universal Media crew. That one just missing. As we swap sides now as well before we get set to go. So almost like beach volleyball in that sense, where midway through they're gonna swap sides. Get ready to go again. It's a little bit of trouble with our net here. We'll get that fixed up, sorted, and away we go.
2 action-packed hours of excitement. We started at 9 or after 11. And Alberta now with a 9-7 advantage, or 6 away from completing the comeback.
Certainly so, and what a comeback it would be after being down 1-0 and 2-1 with their backs up against the wall. We'll see if they can hang on here. As McDonald on the serve, a near ace for him, that one just skimming off the arm of one of the Team Manitoba players. Here is McDonald. Getting it over, diving effort, keeping it alive. Back we come. That one a miscue by Alberta. Stepping up to take advantage is Kai Tony on a great individual effort, sees the hole, jumps up, wastes no time, gets a valuable point.
Gets them to within 1, 9-8.
Certainly so. So 6 points away for Alberta, 7 for Manitoba. And now only 5. Stepping back for the serve now will be Ben Weiss. 10-8 the score for Alberta. Looking for the spike. Diving effort, keeping it up. Back we come. Another block, settling it down. Alberta up by 3 and only 4 away. Oh.
Wow.
It was a great rally.
Sure was. 3-point lead here in the tiebreaker.
Now we have Weiss. Getting it over. Good reception there. Alberta leaves it to go, and Manitoba will have to be forced to play it. They can't get it over in time. Manitoba calls their timeout, down by 4, but Alberta only 3 points away from winning this. We'll see if they can keep the momentum in their hand, as Alberta with a strong showing here in our 5th set, Brian.
No doubt, Luke. We talked earlier back in set number 4 about that early timeout for Manitoba, down 5-1. They were able to claw their way back into that game before finally succumbing in the 4th set to even things up. And now we're seeing another timeout that they absolutely have to have. Also trailing by 4, but this time the score 12-8. So much more on the line here with this timeout. Manitoba needs to collect their thoughts. They've got an uphill battle here, but we've seen both these teams not relinquishing an inch on the floor the way the game is supposed to be played. But they might be in a little tougher right here, as Manitoba's smelling blood, I believe. I mean, they got momentum clearly on their side, but anything can happen.
Certainly, we've talked about the momentum swinging back and forth throughout these last 2 hours. And now Alberta, they still have the serve here, so a good opportunity to keep the momentum in their favor. It's easier whenever you have the ball in your hands and whenever you're trying to defend it, decipher where it's going to go off the serve. So here's Weiss. This will be his 3rd serve in a row, trying to get his team 2 points away from winning this one. Here's the set, spike in. Great effort, jumping up, knocking it down as a Koze, and Manitoba back within 3.
They needed that and more.
Certainly so. So Manitoba within 3 of catching Alberta. Alberta within 3 of catching this game and ending it up. There's a big serve in, long. Wow. Alberta within 2 points of capturing this one. What a great first game of the day this has been.
Tremendous match between Alberta and Manitoba, right down to the nitty-gritty.
Here they come. Manitoba on the set. Here's the spike, that one long as well. And a match point scenario for Team Alberta on this serve. And it's going to be Tyson DeZutter. That's the guy that they want right now, serving the ball, and they got him.
They got him. The Red Deer native who's going to give it his best here to win it for Alberta.
Skimming the net, good keep up. Here's the spike in, blocked. The return, can they get it back over? They can. Nice job there by Brandsma to keep it alive. The libero for Team Alberta. Does it again, once more. Can they keep it up? The dive just couldn't get there. How about the effort by DeZutter?
Unbelievable.
Trying to streak over and grab that one.
That's not easy to do, and it can't feel all the great, too.
No, it certainly can't.
A bit of floor burn, but hey, in the heat of the battle, you're not too worried about being sore.
No, he definitely aren't. Laying it all on the line. Good keep up by Alberta. The spike in, diving effort, couldn't get there. Don't look now, Brian. Manitoba back within 3.
Yeah.
Still match point for Team Alberta. Manitoba serving.
Liam Noonan,
Looks
18-year-old.
It's the serve, keeping it up. Here's the spike over. What a keep up there by Ulrich. Back the other way. Alberta punching that one up and over the net. The return block is not able to get back over. Within 2 is Manitoba.
Wow.
Holy.
And a timeout here. So that last Manitoba timeout came at a time when they dearly needed it, and it's parlayed into them saying, no way, Jose, we're not going away here yet. 14-12, and they'll retain possession and an opportunity here to get to within 1.
This has been fantastic.
Unreal.
And I don't mind this timeout call for Alberta either right now. All they need is 1 point.
Yep.
So why not? They got the whiteboard out. They're drawing up a play, exactly what they want to do. Probably have multiple plays in their head depending on where this serve goes, as it is a Manitoba serve. So a good timeout call here by Team Alberta. There's no doubt about that.
Well, here we go.
Only a few seconds left in this timeout. Manitoba found themselves up 1-0, up 2-1. Now tied at 2. Looking to take this one in the 5th set, but they have a hill to climb. Alberta just needs 1 more point. They have to play perfect volleyball here. All they need is 2 points to tie this one up. Manitoba does. Alberta needs the 1. And we'll see. Here's the serve. Good keep up. Alberta on the spike. That one deflected, and that will do it. Alberta takes it in the 5th set. What a comeback for the blue and white.
And what a great return, and just inside the good zone. And away go Alberta as they will move into qualification zone play. And Manitoba will deal with the relegation, but still a fantastic game. And thanks for joining us here on CBC Gem. Thanks to Luke Much. I'm Brian Rogers, back with more next from the 2025 Canada Summer Games here at Mont.